Welcome back to The Learning Curve, the podcast where we cover all things academic here at Bells High School.
We're your hosts, Mackenzie
And Kaylee.
And together we're taking on the learning curve.
Today we're diving into something that's really taking off here at Bells, BNN, the Bells News Network.
BNN has become such an important part of our school, and it's all thanks to Coach Willis, who's here with us today to talk about it.
Coach, we're so excited to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Let's start off with the basics. What is BNN and what made you decide to create it?
Okay, so right here I'm going to have to give some credit to a former student, Kendall Clark. So I took over graphic design and the principal's classes, probably 4 years ago now, and Kendall was in that first class that I had, and he had this idea, and we had a group of about 7 or 8 students that kind of just took it and ran with it.
We all know how important staying informed is. How do you make sure BNN keeps the school community engaged and up to date?
So really, I guess the best way to answer that is to kind of tell y'all how we build an episode. So at the beginning of the year, we'll do like a big brainstorming session where we're like, okay, what do we want to make sure gets covered? And then from there, we'll assign individuals, or if we're fortunate enough to have enough people, we'll assign teams to the specific topics. And then it's their job to go gather the information and get everything that we want to have covered. And then we'll hand it over to the person that writes our script, and they'll go map it all out for us, and then we'll go film it.
There's so much going on in the world. What kind of stories and features do you think are most essential for BNN?
So we like to do a lot of things that pertain to our students, but we also have a segment that we do where we cover world news stories and try to put some of the things that are going on around us out in the forefront for our students to see. And that started with Ben Kiker, who graduated last year, but he's had this segment called Ben Around the Block, where he was just going over all of the different things that I say all the different things, more like 2 to 3 stories that he thought were the most interesting, and he'd cover them. And then this year, Ava Abernathy took that over and has her segment called Ava Around Town. And like, I guess to answer your question more specifically, so it's everything going on with the school, but we also try to get a few things that are going on in the world around us.
Running a news network must be a big task. How do students get involved, and what kinds of roles do they take on behind the screens? Scenes, that thing.
Yeah.
Words aren't working very well.
No, it's okay. That's my life 24/7. So the way students get involved, so the easiest way is to sign up and take my class. That doesn't always mean you won't be involved. Like this year, London Slaughter does our script, and she's not in my class this year, but she was last year, so she was able to kind of get involved that way. But once you sign up for my class, at the start of the year, I'll do a Google form of who wants to be involved and in what ways. So this year, my principals of AV class, I think maybe 15 of the 19 said that they wanted to be involved. And so we have all kinds of different things. We've got a design team where they will design the graphics for the intro, and they design the graphics for each individual segment. And then we have a production team where they'll build the episode in Adobe Premiere Pro so that it's ready to go put on YouTube. We have a information gathering team where their job is to look at each individual segment and then get the information that's going to be put onto the episode. And then behind the scenes roles, again, that's like our design team, our production team. And then we've got a few other projects that we're trying to work on because we had so many people that wanted to be involved. So we've got something that we're trying to get going called BPTV, where it's just student interviews. They go around and their job's to come up with different topics and write their own script, and then they go find the students that they want to interview and ask them questions. And really, there's just a whole lot of ways. I mean, we've got a few students this year that have really taken a liking to all of the lighting that goes into making an episode look good on YouTube. So they're doing all of the lighting equipment, and they're never on camera. You're never going to see them, but they do all of that work. And then another handful of students that run the camera equipment. We've got a pretty awesome Canon 4K camera, and I'm gonna shout out Jesse Bora here. He has taken that user manual and probably knows it better than the user manual at this point. Like he is all about it. I mean, he's got that camera in his hands 24/7. So there's all kinds of different ways to get involved. And if we don't have something for you right away, we're going to brainstorm and figure out a way to get you involved.
So you coach junior high, JV, and varsity offense, and then you also, it's offense, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then you also teach graphic design, and then you're doing BNN. How do you think you juggle all this?
So that has been a growing process for the last 4 years. I'm a very much, I don't know if you call it like a type A person or what, but it's hard for me to not have control over things. But throughout the last 4 years, I've had to become better and better at delegating. And I think this year it's been the strongest year where BNN is almost 100% student led. In the past, I've been kind of the behind the scenes production and making sure that it gets put onto YouTube when it's supposed to be and building the episode on the back side of things. But this year, it's the goal is for it to be student led completely. Like I'm not going to be involved whatsoever. So it helps me be able to juggle all those different things.
Looking towards the future, what do you hope to see for BNN? Any new projects or ideas in the works?
Yeah, I mean, if you were to come to my classroom, you would walk in and see a board to the left that it's just brainstorming ideas, and it's got 20 to 25 different segment ideas, and not all of them are being used right now. We're trying to figure out ways to incorporate them. We are on a time crunch, only having 45 minutes a day, so it makes that tough. But yeah, we're constantly trying to figure out new ideas to put into the episode, and I think that is something we're always trying to accomplish.
One last question. Are you a person who puts their Christmas tree up in October instead of the end of November?
So normally, no. Now my third period found it in my closet and put it in my classroom. But I'm not ever going to be against it. I absolutely love Christmas time. But in my last classroom, I had my tree up year round and decorated it for each of the different holidays.
That's great.
Thank you so much for joining us, Coach Willis, and for giving us an inside look at BNN.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
We can't wait to see how it grows and how students at Bells High School get involved with it.
That's all for today's episode of The Learning Curve.
We'll be back with more stories about academics, learning, and student success here at Bells High School. Thanks for listening. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.